I look sad. I look tired. Coffee. Yay! As you can tell by the title of this video, Event 21, after months of not posting, I finally did it. Event 21. But you saw the title. My last video for now. What does that even mean? Well, bitch, I'll tell you now. After these messages, oh my god, I don't know how to record a video. Guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, you can tell I'm really nervous. I've never been nervous for a video like this. All the past videos were really easy to like talk and post and edit. Like all of it was so easy to do. I don't know why it's so fucking difficult now. So if this video seems a little bit like messy and all over the place, bitch, I apologize. If I'm also cussing a lot, I'm sorry too, because I don't act like this. It's like I forgot how to put a video together. I don't know how to do this anymore. I wrote everything that I want to say. At the same time, I don't want to just be like, blah 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 blah, pain, blah blah blah, depression, and not look at you. But I feel like if I don't read what I wrote, I will not get this video done. I will go on a rant. This video is gonna be a long ass video, and I don't want a long ass video. So I don't know what to do. I don't know how this video is gonna be. I don't want to edit too much on this video, so bear with me, guys, okay? So I'm just gonna fucking read. I wrote everything I want to say because it's been months of recording videos, editing, and then deleting it. I think I've done that whole process about 8 to 9 times. It's been causing me so much stress, anxiety for these past 8 to 9 months from not posting on YouTube. Plus, making videos about your mental health, I didn't realize how difficult it would be until now. I feel like the moment I was about to post an event video about something else would come up in my life that would hurt me more, and it made me not want to post that video that I just recorded because I'm dealing with a new situation that I prefer talking about instead. So it's a back and forth situation that I just didn't know what to do, and it just made it difficult to post a video on YouTube. Yeah, it's just, I felt like after one situation and I thought I was ready to talk about it and post it, something else would come up, and it would actually be a whole lot worse than what I would be talking about in a YouTube video. So it was really messing with me mentally. And then because I was more focused on trying to put a video out, I didn't give myself time to deal and process what I was dealing with. So it caused me to go through this whole same ass cycle of record a video, edit a video, and then delete it. So it's been really, really stressful trying to put something on YouTube. Because I talk a lot about my mental health on here, I will be putting a disclaimer. I will be talking about my mental health, depression, anxiety, self-harm. So if any of these topics trigger you, I recommend that you do not watch this video. I really don't want to trigger anyone, and that's the last thing I want. I had this YouTube channel when I graduated from high school. I didn't have people, a safe place to talk about my mental health. Mental health wasn't a conversation to have during my times of high school. In many Mexican communities, we don't talk about mental health. And so in my family, talking about depression, anxiety, we don't talk about it. So throughout my life, it was hard for me to show emotions and to understand them. So understanding depression, I didn't have anyone helping me understand that. I went from posting on YouTube crying, talking about how depressed I was, sitting on the bathroom floor in vent number 1, to now being able to speak more about my life experiences, hoping it can help someone else who's struggling the same as I am. A lot has changed from vent number 1 to now, which I'm happy to see, but at the end of the day, I'm still struggling, and depression is still something I struggle with to this day. Recently, I experienced a full circle moment involving my mental health. It has a lot to do with my past broken self. Feelings of disappointment, loneliness, depression, anxiety, and more things due to people in my life who reminded me about my past trauma. I thought I never had to think about my past situations ever again, but I was wrong. Because of this, I believe it's one of the main reasons I haven't been posting, because trauma is coming back to haunt me. Experiencing flashbacks of times I was hurting and in difficult life-threatening situations, I guess I'm experiencing a lot of PTSD, which made recording videos exhausting. Recording, editing, and deleting caused me to spiral a lot in my head. My panic attacks would kick in because I realized during 2019 till now, I'm starting to lean towards honesty of my pain online, and it started to scare me. To this day, I still feel trapped with my depression. It has consumed my life, which yes, has always consumed my life, but now that I'm 24 years old, it's starting to get harder to hide my pain and getting harder to enjoy the things I love. The things I enjoy, like makeup, singing, playing water polo, dancing, and even video editing. Things that I enjoyed, I no longer enjoy it as much as I used to, due to struggling with my mental health. This is editor me. I'm editing this right now, mostly because after talking about my mental health, I start to go on a rant. And everything that I said in the rant does not make sense. I kind of want to just jump in here, kind of say like what I actually want to say right after this. Because in my rant, I pretty much talk about how much I've had to be really honest with myself, because I don't want to believe anything traumatic in my life that I've had to experience happened. I wish a lot of people didn't hurt me, mostly people that, you know, are supposed to love me. So having to tell myself, yo, I know these people, you know, are supposed to love you, but they're hurting you. They're not good for you. And just, it hurts a lot having to tell myself that. It breaks my heart. And so I didn't really get a chance to say that. I kind of just rambled on and pretty much ignored what I actually wanted to say. And, you know, like with my depression, you know, things that I enjoy, I like right now, just having to edit this video has been hard because I just don't feel okay to put something together anymore. Like I don't feel happy, feel hella miserable. And so for people that used to know me for years, I used to post like makeup looks on my Instagram, and I no longer do that because one, I just don't have the energy to put makeup on anymore. I don't, you know, I just don't feel inspired, and I wish I did. I wish I had the energy that I used to have. Like right now, like the idea of water polo scares the shit out of me. Like I don't think I can play anymore because of my knees. Like my knee fucking hurts, and that's been causing my depression even more right now, because now I feel really physically weak to now mentally weak. Like things like that. Like I feel like I'm very fragile right now and very easily triggered. So yeah, my mental health hasn't been great for the past couple years, and it's starting to get worse as I'm getting older. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And so back to editing and continue watching or listening to the video. I'll probably be back. Okay, bye. For this part, I will not name names because that's not the message I want to put out online. But wow, it made me wake up that I let a lot of toxic behavior happen to me, and I allowed it. This was during the time of coaching and bartending in 2021. I think bartending gave me a great learning experience of how to get through toxic behavior at a workplace, and realizing that your time and energy you put into work should be appreciated and not beat down. Not just towards myself, but other amazing coworkers should be treated with respect and care, but didn't get that. I'm glad that I've learned to be a social butterfly, mostly after a pandemic, stuck in isolation. Felt like I forgot how to talk to people. So bartending really gave me that opportunity to, you know, have conversations with strangers. And with bartending and working at that restaurant helped me really know when to put my foot down and know when it's time to leave a place that doesn't respect you and your time. I'm glad for the opportunity, but I no longer will tolerate immature and toxic behavior, no matter the pay. So a lot of this was when I was bartending and coaching. You know, bartending, like, there's a lot of guilt because I have an older brother who's in rehab and my dad's sober, I forgot for how many years. Having alcohol in your life and seeing people abusing it, it's scary to see. And for myself, like, I was kind of scared that I was kind of leading into a path of drinking till I no longer feel anything. I was getting to the point where I started going to bars. I started drinking, you know, drinking beer, tequila. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed going to bars. And here's the thing, I would go to bars by myself just to socialize. I felt so alone. I didn't feel like I had friends at the time that were my age that did what 20 years olds, you know, do. You know, at the time I was 23. All I know is how to work, go to school, and I was always on a pool deck, so that's all I knew. I never really had time to be whatever, like, feeling young and whatever. Like, I don't know what any of that means. Working at a bar kind of really gave me like, hey, since you know beer, you can drink, you're old enough, you know you're not going to drink and drive, so sober yourself up. You're not going to put yourself in that risk and risk other people's lives. You're not doing that. But I was allowing myself to go to bars by myself because I was alone. I felt like I had no one. At the same time, I just wanted to drink because I was sad, which I know, never drink when you're depressed because it is a depressant. Alcohol is just going to bring you lower. So it was really hard just trying to get myself out of that. And I'm very glad to where I am now that honestly, I haven't had beer since May. It is June 24th right now that I'm recording. I don't have the energy to go to a bar right now. Like, I honestly don't feel like it. Which is honestly, I'm very happy for that. But it took me a long ass time to get to where I am now. I even took a month of April to cut off coffee, nicotine, and alcohol. How the fuck did I do that? I honestly don't know. But for anyone that helped me get through that, I appreciate you. Thank you for, you know, motivating me and pushing me to like keep going. You know, you don't need alcohol, drink some water. Don't think about coffee right now. Drink this instead. You know, like, there's control. And that feels good, that I know I'm gonna be okay without alcohol, without coffee, without nicotine. It's been 3-4 months now without nicotine. I'm no longer vaping, so very happy with that. Coffee by the coffee I still have. I love my coffee, but I don't drink it as much as I used to, so there's improvement. Yes, there's so much pain from working at a place that's understaffed and not well managed, because I know I'm not the only one that struggled at that workplace. I appreciate some of the employees and the people in the kitchen that really, you know, cheered me up and like was rooting for me. You know who you are. I appreciate each and every one of you who actually treated me like a human being and not like trash. And so thank you for that. Now, a positive that I have during this rough time was coaching water polo. During 2020, I was grateful to get a text by the head coach, Carrie, who has coached me back when I used to swim at Dana. And now getting to work with her is something I'm grateful for. I just wanted to shout her out because, no joke, if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would be where I am now. Sounds cheesy, but she did save me. 2021 was a rough time at my bartending job. I was able to go to my other job that didn't feel like a job, coaching. And I felt really happy even when I felt like I couldn't do this anymore. Honestly, I was really depressed, and I even relapsed in self-harm during our winter season. I was really trying to hold on the best I could. The water polo kids that I coach made me really happy. At the time, these kids were my only reason to keep going. Also, I'm happy I didn't coach alone, so shouting out Jacoby, who I'm excited to be coaching with again for the second time. I'm so excited. I couldn't have done it without him to get these amazing human beings ready for season. Days that my depression was kicking my butt, I had to go coach. And luckily, Jacoby just had that energy that I didn't have at that time, so I appreciate him so much. It felt like coaching gave me a purpose, and it gave me a reason to get out of bed, even though I was having a hard time doing that. Like I said, if I didn't get that text by Carrie, fuck, dude. Like, at that time in 2020, you know, I didn't have my other job that I was working at, small business and everything. Skewers and ramen, like, oh, it was so good. I miss that food. I'm hungry. And I didn't have a job. I didn't know what to do. Yeah, like, Carrie texted me. This was the second time she texted me. She texted me 2019 if I wanted to coach. But at that time, I was, like, really struggling. So I just knew I couldn't. Which, honestly, I'm very happy I said no that time. But having to get that second chance to say yes this time was pretty cool. I was really happy to, you know, see that. Yeah, like I said, you know, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am now. Going back to the bartending thing, I was drinking, like, after my shifts and everything. Alcohol was my escape, and I knew it wasn't good, but I just felt like I couldn't cut it off. I had no one to tell me to cut it off. It was like me, myself, and I with depression. Like, I felt so trapped, and being on a pool deck, I felt appreciated, I felt welcomed, I felt cared for by the athletes and by the coaches. I just felt like I had to do something. And luckily, I was able to quit my bartending job, and so I can just fully put my energy on coaching. And coaching has felt like it just made sense to me. Like, I enjoy it even to this day. So, you know, I think with depression, drinking, I felt like I was kind of falling apart and then relapsing in self-harm. With depression, it includes suicidal thoughts. So I was really trying to hold on, and I'm very blessed and very lucky to have coaching and Carrie and Jacoby and the kids, and just like being able to do something that I feel proud of doing. So yeah. Okay. Back to the sad, depressing shit. Depression. So I have this other Instagram account, which is this up here. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. But I use this Instagram account to just be a little vulnerable online, because the account that I use, I feel like I hide behind a screen, just like many of us. You know, we post a photo of ourselves smiling and happy, and really behind the scenes we're fucking miserable as fuck. And so, you know, I just wanted an Instagram where I can just vent, because as you can tell by this YouTube channel, I'm having a hard time doing that. So I felt like talking about my mental health on Instagram was a lot easier. And honestly, it has been, but at the same time, it looks really sad to see how long I've been depressed. So if you want that side of me, that's the Instagram. But I want to talk a little bit about my experience with depression. So disclaimer again, just in case if you're still watching and you don't know if you can still, you know, hear more of this. So disclaimer, talking about depression now. Yeah, so I got diagnosed in 2019 with depression. Going through therapy was one of the scariest things I ever did, because it was the first time talking to someone about my pain that I never talked about before. It was a lot about abuse, manipulation, and addiction. A lot of the things I would talk about would be realizing that there was people in my life taking advantage of me and making me feel like I was not depressed and I was just lazy, and that depression was bullshit. Made it hard for me to get through whatever was going on with my brain, because I started to question it even more, because I didn't understand why I was sad for years. I denied my abuse, I denied my pain, because people around me invalidated my feelings. And I think what made it difficult was that people that are supposed to love me were the ones that were telling me that my feelings were bullshit and that I'm overreacting, or whatever abuse or pain that I went through, I had to fucking move on from it, and that I had to grow the fuck up. I never had people in my life teaching me how to be vulnerable. I was always made fun of for crying. I was always made fun of for being angry. The moment I was happy, there's always someone hating that I was happy. So they found ways to bring that and take that away from me. I was scared to feel anything. So going through therapy in 2019, I was scared to be emotional. I was scared to cry and show anger. As a kid till now, no one is teaching me how to feel, how to understand my emotions, and how to deal with my depression, grief, anger, and other emotions I've never felt before. It sucks that I felt like this for years, but I'm proud of myself for pushing through the pain alone and making it to the other side. Move that over there. Kind of talk about that. So I got diagnosed in 2019. 2019 was one of the hardest years of my life, which I think when I'm ready, I'll talk a little bit more about that on this channel, but there's a video about it. I just, I've had so much time to reflect, so maybe kind of talk more about it later on in the future. But 2019 was the first time where I felt like it was going to be my last. I almost attempted, which is something I'm always going to remember, and remember those feelings and emotions that I felt during that time. And just being told, the answer, your diagnosis, hearing it, that also scared me, even though I knew that depression makes sense to me. Like I knew that was something that I felt, but hearing someone that you've been talking to for months telling you that, you're dealing with depression, like this is what you got, it was frightening, mostly because I was going through it alone. Like there's some people that knew I was going to therapy, but they weren't holding my hand. They weren't there by my side helping me get through those times. I had to, push myself to go to these sessions. I was on my own going through this, and I think it's one of the reasons why I'm so scared to go back to therapy, because I know I'm going to go through it alone, and it was hell going through it. 2019 could have been my last, and 2019 would always be the year I'll always remember because of what I've experienced. It's crazy to think that I'm still here. I've experienced depression for years, anxiety, panic attacks, abuse, manipulation, toxic behavior. I don't know how I've been able to fucking exist right now from everything, but I'm here. And I think because of how I've experienced life so far and how many people treated me so poorly, I don't want anyone feeling that same feeling. And I think that's why, as someone that coaches high school now, I want mental health to be a conversation to have. So I hope that with everything that I've experienced, that the kids that I coach can feel like they can talk to me and feel like they can talk about their mental health without feeling judged for it, and feeling like, oh shit, my coach will never understand. It's like, bitch, I'm depressed. I've struggled. I'm okay with allowing people knowing that part if they are talking about their experiences as well. This is the last video for now. I think it's needed that the last thing that should be on my mind is trying to put a video together and posting it, and not dealing with my pain and trauma or whatever I'm dealing with at the moment. I think right now what I need is healing. Maybe if I feel like I'm not pressured on trying to post a video, maybe it'll make the process a lot easier on YouTube. Again, I'm talking about mental health and depression and all these videos that I post. I know I'm not going to get that many views because it's already getting suppressed, because it's not what YouTube wants to promote. So I don't expect views to be big on here. But I'm very glad that I can talk about my mental health online and feel comfortable with it and letting myself be vulnerable. So as I'm going through my own shit behind the scenes, I can learn how to lean onto people again and feel okay if they let me down or not. This is life, and I want to learn to appreciate it and learn to appreciate the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, all of it. And so for the people that watched this video and made it to the end, thank you for listening. I appreciate you. For the people that have watched my vent videos since I was, you know, the one crying on the bathroom floor to, you know, where I am now, you know, seeing me talk about my experiences in my car, talking about therapy, talking about friendships, just being there to listen. Thank you for the people that have reached out through Instagram, that have popped up, like, you know, have seen my videos pop up on their recommended. Like, I'm very grateful for that, and thank you for making me feel heard. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this video just, you know, feeling like I can let all of this out and hopefully heal from trauma and all that jazz. So thank you. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in a few months or something. Follow me on social media if you want to just see what's going on in my personal life. Other than that, thank you. And well, yeah, I would always say this, and maybe I'll explain why I say stay weird, but for now, since my voice sounds really, really tired, I'm just gonna leave it here. So stay weird, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.